It's the Bro Show. It's Lucas and Jacob. So I think it's finally time we have to reveal. This is the 19th episode of the Bro Show 2.0. And pretty much every single podcast we post, people comment asking to know what we say in the intro. And I actually saw somebody replied to someone's question last week and they got it wrong. So I feel like we have to actually say what we're saying in the intro song because it's now being misinterpreted. And when someone makes the Genius page, I don't want it to be wrong.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, about how on the Genius page it could be wrong.
I know.
I don't
remember
know if there is one right now, but...
And I remember Doja Cat got really mad because like Genius got her lyrics wrong, and now I get it. Because like if the Genius lyrics were wrong to our intro theme song, I just feel like my art had been... I don't know what the word is. What were you going to say?
Undermined?
I was picturing more like ripped or like... It was going to be more intense than undermined.
I've seen other people, like I think I've seen Tyler the Creator like go on Twitter saying like, you guys all got these lyrics wrong. So that's kind of the vibe we're coming in with. Like, you guys all got it wrong.
I know. Literally though. So let's just break it down. So basically you start the song. Should we just do a live rendition?
Yeah, but I think I need to like lin to it again.
I feel like you'll just, once you start saying like, it'll come back to you. It's only 8 seconds.
Okay. wait. Someone wrote what the lyrics were and they got it wrong?
I'm pretty sure this got a few things wrong.
Okay. So it starts with like. It's so funny I said it starts with like.
Okay.
Like.
It's the Bro Show. Oh, you actually missed one like. But...
Oh, like.
It's the Bro Show. It's Lucas and Jacob. So that's what we're saying. Jacob's saying like, and then he's saying And then I said, it's the Bro Show, and it's Lucas and Jacob. So now it's all settled because people were very confused. It was causing a lot of turmoil.
And in case you didn't understand the representation, which you probably do if you've listened to this 5 minutes or 3 minutes so far. Both of us say like and a lot. I notice while editing video, especially, like I always say before stuff. So I just feel like having that as the intro kind of embodies the entire podcast. Like, yes, we do have like really intelligent thoughts to say on this podcast, but the intelligent thoughts are going to be broken up and introduced with like and
Oh yeah, we didn't even say that while making it, but I guess that's the reason behind it. I've always wondered that even with people making actual songs, they have all these meanings behind it. It's like, do they just make that up afterward?
Wait, when we did come up with it, I thought we did think it was funny because we always do say like Or was that not part of it?
I just remember like
in my consciousness, I was like, oh, that's just funny because we always say that. Maybe
I
we didn't even discuss it.
I feel like we didn't. I don't remember discussing it.
Okay, yeah. But I feel like with stuff like that, it could just be like no one really discusses it, but it's like, oh, that always was the meaning behind it.
No, but that is the thing about our podcast saying like and it's so funny posting these podcast clips of the podcast because I feel like
you have to cut up so much.
No, because they go out to this whole audience that like I feel like doesn't know us or watch the podcast. Like it's not even going to who it's supposed to go. The algorithm just gives it to like these people who hate us. Because of one of them, it was so funny because the reply said, I don't get. The comment said like, I don't know who would ever listen to this. And somebody said they both need to go to speech therapy. So like you did that episode a few weeks ago saying you have a speech impediment, but like this could be my episode where I also come out with having one because they said that I need to go to speech therapy.
Because you sound gay.
They didn't say that. I thought it was because I had a speech impediment.
The funniest comment I've seen on our TikTok page for the podcast was this, just because to me it's a really dumb comment. They said, okay, who's giving these people a podcast? And to me it sounded so dumb because I guess when you see a podcast you might think it's like, oh, it's signed to this podcast place, but I was just thinking like no one gave us a podcast. Like all we did was buy microphones. But then I did see another funny comment that said, someone needs to start looking into and investigating people buying microphones and audio devices.
Oh, yeah, I feel like that's like the common joke. I've seen that before on Twitter talking about other podcasts. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, since like we all have free will, like any of us, this is the scary thing, which I get those people, like anyone can go on Amazon and buy these cheap microphones. And next thing you know, they have a podcast. Like, it is scary. Like, it almost is like maybe there should be laws and rules that like people like us aren't allowed to have a platform.
There should be no laws and rules because it's actually so amazing. Think about in the 80s, if you had an idea, like just for a talk show, like, you know how you could format this podcast into a talk show if we really believed in it and we were...
Oh, this already is a full-blown talk show, full production.
Yeah, so back in those days, you'd have to get all this approval and stuff. But it's actually so cool that someone could start a YouTube channel, a TikTok account, any social media, a podcast, and they actually talk about the dumbest things, and it gets like someone could get millions of views a week doing that, and people could say, why is this even a thing? But it's like, people fuck with it. Like, it's so cool that like basically the people deciding what like continues are literally the people. Like,
the people made this podcast.
It isn't the executives, it's the people.
No, that's actually true, though. That is funny, though, because I do picture, like you said, those people who write those comments who say, like, who gave them a podcast? Like, they do think that they don't understand that, like, you could have a podcast, like, start one. Like, they thought somebody gave us this podcast, but we gave it to ourselves.
But we could do a whole episode diving into TikTok hate, because that's where both of us, I'm assuming, get the most hate, because just... if anyone's curious about my theory, so YouTube, I don't even know if this is true, but I feel like over the past few years, they started censoring hate comments, because why is there not many hate comments?
Yeah.
But then on TikTok, it gets like the same amount of views or whatever, and there was way more hate comments. So maybe YouTube's just more nice. It could totally be that, but also it could be YouTube censoring the hate comments.
But then when I also just think about, maybe they are censoring them, but when I think about like a YouTube viewer, like most of the time nowadays, according to my analytics, people are watching on TV. Like they're watching on something where they're watching on a device where they can't even comment, and maybe they're even just watching without an account signed in. But TikTok, don't you have to have an account to watch pretty much to scroll the For You page?
I think, basically.
So you're already logged in. It's so easy to comment. Like, and then also you see all these people getting top comments. Like maybe it's just more of a reason to comment, where YouTube, it's like, there's not really a point. You know what I mean?
But then I feel like another reason could be with YouTube. Usually people are uploading videos that are like 5 minutes or more. So you're kind of into it. Whereas with TikTok, you're just fed content, and it could be 30 seconds. So let's say a TikTok clip of ours is 30 seconds, and someone's just fed it and they watch the whole thing that's only 30 seconds, and they're like, these people are annoying, and they leave a comment. Whereas with YouTube, let's say someone clicked on one of our YouTube videos, I feel like they would just watch literally 20 seconds and click off. Whereas with TikTok, they would watch the whole clip, which would feel like a whole entire like consumption of one piece of content. So then they feel like they could like comment a whole thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. See, on TikTok, people like the clips are just being forced on you. You aren't really picking what you're watching.
So short.
Like if someone was on YouTube and it said 2 gay guys sing "Shoddy Like a Melody" by Iaz, they would never click on it. But on TikTok, they scrolled, and then the next clip was us going "Shoddy like a melody in my head," and then they're just so mad, so they have to comment because they didn't want that to be part of their life story. But now it forever, like we took up part of their life. You know what I mean? So I understand why they're mad. But then again, they're the ones scrolling on TikTok. Like sometimes 2 annoying gay people are going to show up. But speaking of TikTok, okay, I was so mad the other night on TikTok. So I was on TikTok and all these lives always pop up. And it was this little man. So he had this giant bowl of Coca-Cola in front of him. And then he had these 2 long sticks of Mentos. And as I scrolled onto the TikTok live, he said, "I'm about to drop it." And I was like, oh my God, this is so fun.
This is old-fashioned.
I know, it was so fun, though. I was like, I want to see it explode. Like, I was so excited. But then I joined the live because I was like, oh, this is going to be great. But then I noticed all of the comments were people mad. They're like, "I'm so pissed off. Just drop the effing Mentos. Just drop it." Like, they were all so mad. And I was like, you guys, like, calm down. He's going to do it. But I understand their pain because I don't even know how this works psychologically, but I was actually trapped in the live for literally 15 minutes. I'm not kidding. I was trapped, and I actually felt anxious. People were also commenting saying, "I feel anxiety, just drop it," like, because he kept delaying it. So Once I was like 2 minutes into the live, he said, okay, let's count down from 5. And it took him 2 minutes to count down from 5. And I was like, okay, finally. But then he started getting all these galaxies and gifts. So he had to start talking to the audience. And
Galaxies is what they're called?
it was something where like he kept saying, oh my God, someone sent a galaxy. I don't know what that is, but he kept being excited and people sent those. And then he was like, okay, if I get 2 more galaxies, I'll finally do it. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to spend the money, but you guys start spending money in the chat. He still didn't do it. And yeah, like it ended up. And then once I was 7 minutes into it, the reason why I stayed for a full 15 minutes in this live is because once you're 7 minutes in, I was like, I've already given 7 minutes. I just want to watch and do the Mentos
yeah,
thing
you already
now.
spent, so yeah.
I was like, I'm not just going to start scrolling again because he hasn't dropped the Mentos and the Coke yet. But then the saddest thing is I actually got to the end of the live and he said, you guys, I'm going to come back in 10 minutes and do this again. But the comments all said that it's all a scam and he never actually drops it. Like,
Wait,
what?
so
But it's
he
so
just
weird.
tries to get as many like tips and stuff as possible.
Because like literally 7,000 people were watching at one point, but it was all just a scam. Like, I just can't believe I actually was trapped in there.
That actually is.
It actually was hell.
And he does that every night or something.
Then the last night I saw it again, and I scrolled right past it. I was like, I'm not falling for your shit again. So I want to say this as a warning to the Bro Show community. If you see the Coke and Mentos guy on your For You page, just scroll because he is going to keep you trapped. And you feel stuck, and it is just very tormenting.
That's so weird how that works though, because I've seen so many YouTube videos, and I remember I did it in real life once when I was little, the Coke and Mentos thing. But I do get you. Like, why would I want to see another person do it online?
I know. The thing is, if it was just a regular TikTok or a YouTube video, I probably wouldn't have cared. But since it was live, that was the whole other element that got me going. I was gonna see it live.
Yeah, it does feel like way more like personal or something.
Yeah, but it's so funny because he was acting all excited in the live, like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm about to do it. He was so happy, but it's like, are you not reading the comments? Because everyone was mad. Just saying, I'm so pissed off. I hate you. You're getting on my last nerve. Like, and I understand their pain.
But it's funny how they're staying there. Like,
well, it's because they were
like proves like they want to be tormented.
No, but it's because it was like me. It was like, okay, maybe some of them are even in there longer than me. It was like, once you give 5 minutes to this person, it's like, well, now you have to drop the Mentos because I'm not going to leave. Like, it actually felt like you couldn't leave the live without seeing him drop the Mentos into the Coke. You had to be there, but you actually felt trapped. And there was at one point where I actually felt like, why am I trapped? Like, it was scary. Like, it felt, that's what I picture if there is such thing as hell to be. I think it would be that type of situation. Like somebody saying they're going to drop Mentos into Coke and they never do, but for eternity.
You forgot that you could just like turn off your phone.
I know, but I couldn't. That's the thing. I was stuck. It was a trance.
So, from your experience on TikTok lives, is it a bunch of like people doing stuff like that, like saying something's going to happen, but they just keep elongating it because they want more tips and prizes or whatever?
I mean, I'm assuming that is a thing that happens on there, but that's the first time I ever experienced it. But I mean, that is a good way to game the system.
Yeah.
Like you could just keep saying, someone's going to come through this door if we get to this many views. And it's going to be a celebrity. And then like once you get to 10,000 views, no one comes out, but you already got all the tips and galaxies, so you just sign off.
Oh, say like tomorrow night it's going to happen.
Yeah.
This stuff is kind of reminding me of HQ trivia. It's not even that similar, but it kind of has the same vibe to me.
Oh, just being all these people on a live thing.
Yeah, and like everyone's so into it.
Oh yeah, it's just fun. It's so fun.
It's crazy that someone watching could have won the HQ trivia money one time. Didn't they give away like $1 million a day or something, or 100,000?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that is crazy. I never made it past. I never got to like the top last 4 questions.
But then it turns out you don't even win that much money because they split it between like thousands of people. If thousands of people win.
Oh yeah, it's just so funny you talking about HQ trivia and it sounds so innocent, but I'm pretty sure I watched like a docuseries about HQ trivia like a year ago and it made it all seem so dark. But I can't, that's the thing about these docuseries, because a lot of the time like you're on your phone during them, I don't really remember what happened. Somebody died, so RIP. I think it was like the maker of it.
So the company was like fine, but he was just like really depressed.
I don't know. I forgot what happened. That's the thing. Why you watch so many documentaries that are so dark and saying, "Oh my gosh, let's expose the worst thing." They all blend together, and now it's just a bunch of pudding in my brain. I don't remember anything from it.
But you did tell me about this documentary.
So do you remember what I told you? That'd be fun if you remember me telling you about it more than me actually experiencing it.
I remember you telling me that the guy was a drug addict, I think.
Oh, that
Do you
probably was
remember
it
that?
then. Yeah, I just remember somebody died.
Yeah, that's sad though,
So I don't know why you brought up HQ trivia.
because it made me think of TikTok lives.
Okay.
So a few weeks ago, we talked about the Gaga Joker movie, so we might as well talk about Wicked.
Oh my, what? I literally had that on my notes. Yeah, we have to. Oh, actually, don't have it on my notes. What the hell?
I thought we have to talk about it because we watched it, and it's like the biggest movie.
I know.
And also, I just want to talk about it.
We saw it yesterday with a lot of people from our family. Not everyone could go, but we almost had a whole row. We were just taking up a whole row in that theater. It was this whole Sunday afternoon Wicked event.
And the movie theater was so busy. It felt like I was in the 60s or something. Like all these people gathering to go to the movies. And then it made me realize, like, there's probably so many articles about this, but like, are we living in like a consumer renaissance right now? People going to the movies, spending frivolously on candy and snacks. People spending all this money on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. People opening up so many credit cards. Like, are we living in the consumer renaissance?
I don't know because
people love consuming, it seems like.
that's why it's funny because everyone was saying we can't. Groceries are too expensive, but then you go on you look on the news and it says it was
Black
the biggest
Friday.
Black Friday weekend ever, the biggest movie weekend ever.
Maybe just people have their priorities, you know? It's like, I want the Baby Shark toy. I don't want groceries.
Oh yeah, it's like the movies are more important.
Yeah, I mean,
But what were you gonna say?
nothing.
But the movies were packed and there was like throw up in the bathroom.
Okay, so this movie theater, to me, it just felt kind of dirty. Like we were walking to our seats, and I looked at the seats. It's one of those movie theaters with the recliners and stuff. Which, to be completely honest, I've gotten so used to that if when a movie theater doesn't have that, I kind of think like, oh, it's kind of low budget. But one of the movie theaters that I frequent doesn't have that, and I'm fine with it.
I know, I think
they
that's
keep
more,
it more clean.
I swear that's like a Nebraska thing because in LA, none of the movie theaters reclined.
Not even like Arclight.
No, I'm pretty sure that was just regular seats.
Oh, okay.
If I remember,
yeah.
like they were nice, like movie seats, but they weren't like these full-on couch recliners like the ones in our town.
I bet it's the Marcus Theaters thing. Been to their website and they have like theaters from all over the country.
Oh yeah, so if you go to Marcus Theaters, guys, just his little skits before the movie. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah, okay. I already forgot his name. What's his name?
Greg Marcus.
Yeah, he's the queen of the theaters.
Yes, he always has a little joke. It even is seasonally, like he hasn't gotten to the Christmas one yet, but I remember last year it was this whole, I think it was kind of an emotional one. Like usually he does a funny moment, but last Christmas it was like someone performing Silent Night on a piano, and it was more of just let's not laugh, let's all just remember family and love.
Yeah,
that
it was
type of
more
vibe.
sentimental. Like, I remember it was kind of saying like these movies that you go to on Christmas with your family are moments that you're always gonna remember, so cherish them.
I know that is his
But
whole
he tries
vibe.
to do this whole thing of like, yeah, cherish it, but it's like, the only reason why you're saying this is because you want to make your pockets bigger.
I know, literally.
No, but I do like Greg.
But yeah. Let's pause the podcast for a little bit to give a quick shout out to America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, Factor. Thanks for sponsoring us. You guys, you can save so much time with these Factor meals. Pop them in the microwave and they're done in minutes. It doesn't taste like this rushed type food. It's chef prepared and dietitian approved.
You can get breakfast, lunch, dinner, any meal of the day. And it's also easy and nutritious. So when you're munching down, you can feel good. They have 35 different meal options and 60 additional convenience options like keto cookies. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well and balanced. One of the meals I had was the creamy Parmesan chicken, and I gotta tell you, it was delicious.
Factor is cheaper than takeout and dining out. Weekly menus offer ways to treat yourself to a restaurant-like meal experience with gourmet plus dishes that feature premium proteins and seasonal sides like broccolini, leeks and asparagus. So head to factormeals.com/50LucasJacob and use code 50LucasJacob to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50LucasJacob at factormeals.com/50LucasJacob to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is active. After the movie, there was just puke in the girls' bathroom because some of our sisters were trying to go in there, but someone literally, I walked out of the men's restroom and I saw this mom walk out of the women's restroom and say, she was with her kids who said, no one go in there, don't go in there. So there's puke all over the floor.
Okay, so we need to dissect this because I was laughing when I heard about this. But so what do you think? Do you think so? This movie theater sells alcohol. Do you think someone puked because they just were sick, ate something, stomach issue, or did someone puke because they drank too much? Because if someone puked because they drank too much, that's why I was giggling so much because I was like, what?
I feel like the reason why I don't believe that is because they would have to go down to the bar so many times to get to the point to puke. I feel like if someone did puke from drinking, they brought it in a Stanley Cup. They snuck it in from home.
Yeah, but the reason why I thought it was from puking is because one of our sisters was at the same movie theater like sometime this month, and they said someone was puking in the trash can. So
I know, is there a bug going around, or are people actually getting drunk at Wicked?
But I think it's what you're saying. I didn't think about that. I feel like people are getting drinks at the movie theater, but then they have that big Stanley Cup, and they fill like literally a fourth of it with vodka, and they put so many of those Mio gross things in it, Kool-Aid, water, like all this gross shit.
No, but I was also thinking that it was from someone overeating. Because I do think it's a thing at the movie theater where you get you sneak in all this candy. Like yesterday at the Wicked movie, like I was eating these cookie dough bites, Sour Patch Kids, all this popcorn. And like I could see it getting to a point where when do I ever eat cookie dough bites ever? Like, yeah, I feel like that could make some people throw up in the bathroom.
Yeah, so it could be from that too. And I've actually started like limiting my consuming at theaters. Just because this one incident, it was like 2.5 years ago, I don't know.
You overdid it.
Yeah, we went to Jackass, and it was after dinner, like the new Jackass movie. And I remember I ate like a whole, this is so gross, a whole bag of like some gummy type shit, like gummy worms or something. And I remember it was like just, when you're watching a movie and it's actually one of the top 3 best vibes, just watching a movie that you love and consuming gummy worms, especially with a Jackass type movie. It's like a brain dead type movie. I love movies like that.
Oh yeah.
But then I woke up the next morning and I actually felt hungover. So ever since then, I decided like, even though candy is so good, I'm not going to eat a whole bag of gummy worms during a movie. It's going to make you feel like shit.
Oh, that's same with popcorn. Like I remember
popcorn makes you feel like shit too.
I remember being a kid and just hating eating. I hated how I couldn't focus on the movie because I had all these popcorn pieces stuck in my teeth and you have to claw them out the whole movie.
And then it does that gross thing to your lips.
Oh, your lips hurt.
Scrunches your lips.
I know. That's a weird thing. That never happens with any other food besides popcorn in the movie theater. You have so much butter that your lips start like bleeding.
I know. It just... and then I was actually thinking about the popcorn and like, how often do they clean the popcorn machine? I picture it to be dusty and gross.
Oh yeah, never. Because they don't ever need to because they probably just think, okay, it's like, those cast iron pans. It's like you never clean them because they add seasoning.
Yeah, that's what they probably do with the popcorn.
With the popcorn machine, they never would clean it because it just adds all this seasoning, all this stuff stuck everywhere, this grease and butter. Like it needs that to get the classic movie theater popcorn taste.
Yeah, like... we need to know how much the popcorn's being cleaned. We don't know, but now like Greg, the owner of Marcus Theater, is like, you seem like a nice guy, but another reason why the movie theater just isn't really is because the seats are starting to get torn up. Like some of the seats have duct tape over them.
I know what happened. Yeah. I don't get it.
All I can think is like, are people going to these movies and like it is like. Like, I just picture a bunch of middle schoolers, like, being so annoying. Like, what's happening?
I know, they bringing scissors in and cutting into the seat.
I don't know. And then some of them just look so dirty. Like, so yes, the recliner thing is so cool. It's like these red, like, fake leather recliners. But I just don't know if it's the best option because they get dirty so quick. Well, I'm thinking about these other movie theaters that have normal seats. They never fail dirty.
Oh, yeah.
But then one time... we were at a movie theater with our brother Ethan, and he lost his phone under the seat. So then after the movie, one of the employees helped us. Remember this? And they lift up the seat, and that's when I was like, it probably gives you the flu being at a movie theater. So much full hail. I don't know whether it'd be full, but so much hail.
It actually did look like
popcorn,
fur.
candy pieces. Like, it was like, this is fucking disgusting.
I remember that. I blocked that out of my memory because when they lifted up that chair, it was like I almost was gonna tell Ethan, like, just throw away your phone.
I know. It was
throw away your phone.
That shit is disgusting. Like, it was the type of stuff that like deep cleaners would take a whole day cleaning out that one theater.
Oh yeah, like a new disease is forming under there.
But I still am gonna go to Marcus. Just
oh
so
no,
you
I
guys
love
know.
Marcus, and also I have sympathy for Greg Marcus. I know he's trying, and people they throw their popcorn everywhere and they're disrespectful, and he can't go and clean the seats each time.
Yeah.
But Wicked. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. It lived up to my wildest dreams.
It's just to show how good it was. Usually when like a movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes, like just to show how much me and Lucas like sometimes don't want to watch long movies. I've been at Lucas's house at nighttime probably 3 times. I'm just going to say 3 times. It could have been more. And I tell Lucas, we should watch Casino with Sharon Stone I think it's directed by Martin Scorsese. And I always want to watch it. And the reason why I do want to watch it is because it actually seems like a really good movie. But in this Azealia Banks song, I'm not joking. This is what introduced me to the movie. She says, and I'm looking hot like Sharon Stone in Casino. And then I started looking at like pictures from the movie and it just looks so cool.
Didn't SZA even mention her? Like the blonde bitch with the bob in Casino.
No, that's a Scarface.
Oh,
like
is Sharon Stone's in Scarface too? Or is it's not
wait.
even about Sharon Stone. For some reason, I thought SZA name dropped Sharon Stone.
Oh no, she says like that
That white bitch with the bob.
Yeah, and it's from Scarface, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
so I'm thinking of someone different.
That
Yeah, for some reason, I always associated SZA also talked about Sharon Stone, but I guess not.
I mean, she should, because I don't even know anything about her, but she just seems cool.
I know that is, yeah, isn't that movie like 3 hours or something?
Yeah, it's like 3 hours or close to 3 hours, and every time it's the vibe of, but it's gonna be 3 hours, just so you know. And like, so the Wicked movie was almost 3 hours, and I only looked at my phone once to see the time.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how crazy it was.
I had to look at my phone because I had to see how far we were in because I had to go pee so bad. I got this jumbo-ass Diet Coke because I forgot to sneak a Diet Coke in my sister's purse. So I actually didn't buy one. My mom bought me a drink. I don't know why she did, but she bought me one because there was a 2-for-1 get one. So I didn't even actually pay for it. So I don't know why I'm complaining. But anyway, I'm complaining because it was so big. So I drank a lot of it and I had to go pee the whole goddamn movie.
I swear these millennials are never going to grow up. Your mom still buys you stuff?
I know. I went to the movie theater and I'm like, Mom, can you buy me a pop, please?
Wait.
Can you please buy me a pop, Mom? Oh my God, it was so... Yeah, I feel like I can't watch movies that are over 2 hours and 15 minutes at home. I have to go to the movie theater for that type of thing. Like in the actual theater, I was so absorbed into Wicked, but if I was at my house, I feel like I wouldn't be able to fully get engrossed in it.
Yeah, the movie theater definitely does this thing to you, and I just want to say this. So it might be like sometimes you may think like, okay, so if you want to have the movie theater experience, but you don't want to go to the movie theater, you have to have enough money to get a movie theater in your house. I know it's not the same. I've never been in a house. Actually, one time because I was at a sleepover in elementary school, and like this rich person, they had a rich dad.
They had a movie theater?
Yeah, they had a movie theater in their house, and it actually like was like a cool movie theater. But I just think having a movie theater in your house wouldn't be the same experience as actually going to a movie theater.
I feel like having a movie theater in your house, this reminds me of the 90s or something, because I feel like nowadays no one would even, I would never use that for some reason.
Yeah,
I just can't picture myself going in this specific room just for movies. Like, also, I would think it was such a wasted use of square footage. I'd be like, so this is a room we're going to use like once a month? Like, that's so silly.
If you always had like get-togethers, I guess. But I'm just picturing if like you had a movie theater on it just as you and one other person, it's like, but there's like 20 seats.
Yeah.
But watching movies in the movie theaters, it gives this whole other experience. The only thing that took me out of the movie was there was this guy in front of us that kept checking his phone.
Oh, he was so annoying.
And then at one time, audio started coming from his phone for like 10 seconds.
And
I
he
don't know
clicked
what.
on a TikTok from his text message or something.
Yeah, and I just don't even get why he was there because I am not joking. The preview's just about to start.
Oh, you mean the credits?
Oh, the credits are just about to start. He ran out of that
I
movie
know.
theater.
He was on the very edge where we were like, you had to walk across the whole aisle to get to the stairs down. He sprinted past everyone. It's like, why did you even come here? I don't get it. Like, you didn't have to watch Wicked, just so you know. And that also brought me to the point. I was so mad while watching him on his phone. I actually became this whole thing where I was like, started thinking this whole thing. I was like, this would go so viral on Facebook or Twitter, being like, you guys, it's not the Gen Z and Gen Alpha who are going to ruin the movie theater experience. It's the boomers. Because they're the ones who go on their effing phone. I feel like young people know not to go on their phone.
Oh, no, like...
But these old... I could picture someone who's 60 and just got addicted to Facebook Reels. They're going to be too addicted that they have to go on it during the Wicked 3-hour movie.
Yeah, I forgot where I saw this, but someone like explained it perfectly. Like the reason why some of these older people are more addicted to technology than younger people is because we already grew up with it. So we're already like more used to it. And like we already know like, oh, like... I guess like, yeah, we've been around it for our whole life, so we're probably maybe less likely to get addicted.
Yeah, I do think that because why was the only person who ruined the movie theater experience with their phone a 65-year-old man?
But I did see what he was doing on his phone. He was he kept checking the score for football or something. So he wasn't even on social media. Because I was like curious, like what is he doing? Is he just bored? But then I investigated and I saw he was just on like that Google thing where you can just see all these scores of these football teams, NFL or college football, I'm not sure. But yeah, he was a hoot to me. He just like kept checking his phone. He was so eager for it to be over.
I know the fact that, he ran out so quick. I was like, why did you even come? I don't understand.
And then another funny thing, it was really so packed in this movie theater. It's so funny seeing people go to the bathroom during the movie because they're always so scared that someone's going to get mad at them.
And they're running.
Yeah, they're running, they're ducking because they don't want to ruin anyone's movie experience. And it's like, okay, like, thank you. Like, you're so kind and stuff. But it's like, it seems like you're kind of like so stressed about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that movie was so
we don't even
good.
going to talk about the Wicked movie. We're just going to talk about the people there.
I got goosebumps multiple times. I feel like once we were like 15 minutes in, I was like, this movie has like magic in it or something. It was just like Ariana did so good. Cynthia brought the house down.
I feel like that's when I know a movie's good, when you actually feel it in your chest. And I could feel it in my chest. And I would even say I knew the movie was good just from the first like 5 minutes when she comes in that little bubble. And
yes.
And I feel like I was amazed because yes, they are both excellent, Ariana and Cynthia, but I knew about Ariana before it. And I picture her to be this pop star person, but she's so good at it because I don't even think about a pop star. I just think of her as Glinda. Like, so it's just crazy that she was able to do that because when you're that big of a superstar, I feel like it's even more difficult to like move yourself away from that, but somehow she's so good at acting that she actually was able to move herself away from that. Like,
like to remove, like you actually see her as the character, not as Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
No, she slayed it.
I know, and I actually didn't even know like a lot of the story.
I know, I've seen it live like 3 times, but
like the fictional universe they create, the buildings, everything. It's like, wow. But it's all just, it's funny, I always think about them filming it because it's all just a green screen, right?
I think they were outside for a lot of it, but like they obviously, they CGI'd and all that stuff in behind them. But because I remember hearing that like there were drones flying above them trying to like take photos of Oz to leak it to the press.
Oh, for real?
But it wasn't like, I'm assuming it was way less
like
intricate.
Kind of created, yeah, but way less cool probably. And I loved I didn't even know this was part of Wicked either. I watched the play once, but the storyline about like the animals, like I actually was laughing so much because I don't even know if it was like meant to be funny, but it was just so funny. Like when that one lady was having a baby and all these wild animals coming with glasses, and they look so
like
prim
a dog
and
is
proper.
Delivering it or something, or a wolf.
And then when they're in Oz, like one of the teachers is a goat. Yeah, and it was just so funny. But then it got sad doing it because they all got taken away. But
was that not part of the play? I don't remember anyone dressed up as an animal. So they just not have that be part of the Broadway musical?
I don't think it's part of the Broadway musical because I was on Reddit, just I want to hear what people's thoughts on it, and someone said like I guess some people didn't like that storyline, so I'm just assuming it's not part of the musical.
Oh, probably from the book, maybe.
Yeah. I also was
Wait, that whole storyline's added?
I think so because people said that they didn't like how that storyline was in it, so I'm assuming it
Oh,
was
that's so
not in the
crazy
musical.
because that's like the whole like major storyline for the movie. So that's yeah.
Oh yeah, like Alphaba wouldn't even have became like who she was if it wasn't for that storyline because she was so.
Oh yeah,
she
I
wanted
don't get
like,
it.
Yeah, the animals to be free or whatever. But like another thing that the movie made me realize, like I didn't know it was about this whole shiz school. By the way, is that on purpose? Like shiz, like it sounds so much like shit. I kept thinking that.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
But so many of these movies are about like a school. Like why?
Oh, like Hogwarts.
Yeah, it just made me realize like all of these movies are about a school. And also it kind of made me think that I like these movies that are like so crazy and big. Like I actually loved the movie, but don't they all kind of weirdly have like a similar theme? They're all about I don't know, I just was kind of thinking that.
Oh, like what? About like overtaking bad guys or something? Like I guess that's so many movies.
Yeah, like I think that's what I was kind of thinking about, and that's so many movies, and they're all so different from each other. But it's interesting how they do have like a few things in common.
Yeah, no, but I loved it.
I do have a question. Like, did they actually dye that baby green in the beginning? So they have Alphaba, and there's a baby that's green, and I'm assuming it's all CGI.
Oh yeah, I was
thinking like.
I know.
Okay,
I thought
we need to get them canceled.
I thought they did dye her green because I just thought
the baby.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about when it was actually the newborn.
I feel like they would, right? Just, put on like this skin safe makeup because that made me. I was thinking that too. I wasn't thinking it with the baby, but when she was a kid and was green, I was thinking about how when they shot the original Wizard of Oz, wasn't it like the green makeup like ruined the girl's skin and burned her? But I was like, thank God, like. There's skin-safe products now, so that doesn't happen. Because give me a picture of this was whenever they made the Wizard of Oz, the original one, like they would have just put the green makeup on the kid, on Cynthia, and just said, you have to deal with it. This is showbiz.
Yeah.
And their skin would literally burn off.
Yeah, so actually, I just thought it was all fake, but that's true. Maybe it was green makeup, but it's all safe.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really think about when they had that toddler. Maybe for the toddler, they were like, we'll just, use a little filter.
Yeah. The ending was so good, and it actually was just inspiring to me how she kept saying unlimited.
I know,
because it is like it's all just unlimited, guys.
I know, it actually is crazy. Like it just is so inspiring.
I know it obviously just a fictional universe and stuff, but it's so inspiring, and just to prove how good the whole franchise is. Like it's been going on for more than a century. Like I actually Googled it this morning because I was curious. The book was released in the year 1900.
Oh, really?
The movie probably was the 50s, 40s?
I don't know.
And then this was released. Like, it's crazy how long it's spanning.
Oh, that is crazy. It's such a powerful story.
Yeah.
Go see it. Support the arts. Speaking of the arts, Vanderpump Rules is over.
Yeah, it is. I was maneuvering.
It's just so sad. I know Jacob didn't even watch the last season, so you probably don't care. You don't care if the Vanderpump Rules show lives or dies, but...
Yeah, I probably watched like 5 seasons. How many seasons did it have, by the way? Like 12, 16? I mean, it's still...
No. It started when I was 19, and I'm now 31, so long-ass time.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of seasons, but... I think it was before the whole drama happened where the show blew up, the whole Ariana Tom drama. It just got like boring because it just didn't seem like there was much happening. Well,
yeah.
I think the reason, if you watch all the seasons, this is for sure true. It was way better when they pretended, or maybe they actually did, walked at the restaurant and there was all of this drama. So then I feel like as a viewer that watched those seasons, going into these seasons starting like 2019 when they bought those houses in like the valley, it got kind of boring because it seemed like there was not as much happening compared to these other seasons.
Oh, yeah. I think it started when I was 19. I just moved to LA, so it just feels like my college friend group like broke up. Like now it's over. Like they're actually going to they're going to bring it back to what you said, like have people who actually work at the restaurants and get this whole new young cast.
I wonder if there's people like, there's a bunch of people trying to work at those restaurants right now. Thinking like, oh, like maybe I'll be on the show if I work
Oh my
here.
God, that'd be a good idea. If anyone lives in the Southern California area, like, and you have a bunch of drama, apply to work at Sir right now. Like, yeah, you might be able to get on the show. Just come and just act so outrageous and so confident and like you're going to take everyone down and you could be the new villain.
It's so funny because one time, like in 2018 or something, when I was like living with Lucas in Los Angeles over the summer or something, I came for spring break, or it was in 2019. I remember it was kind of your idea, but I was like, I'm down for it. It wasn't actually to be part of the show. I just remember we were like, you should walk there just to see what you hear.
Oh yeah, because you said you were going to visit over the summer and you're like, well, in there I'm going to work at a restaurant. So it's like, oh yeah, work at Sir.
Yeah, and actually I never got the application, but it was like the last day I was there. I remember we were driving past it and you were like, okay, get out of the car and ask for application now and
Then
stuff.
you just said, oh, I don't want to.
Yeah, but that's actually so funny thinking back to that it like actually was a thought and stuff.
Oh, that's funny. That actually would have been cool. Like, yeah, you're working anywhere. You could have worked at like Catch or something for a summer.
Honestly, I don't even know if those restaurants would have hired me because they want more experienced people.
You could probably
because everything's so expensive.
You'd be a host.
That's true.
Work your way up. They wouldn't let you just be a waiter though.
Yeah.
They're very like intense.
It would be more of like a career waiter or waitress, and you'd like walk up to that.
Oh, yeah, because don't they actually make like 6 figures, these waiters in LA?
I've seen like articles and stuff about that, and like it kind of makes sense because like if you walked a night and like the average bill was like if it was a really expensive place where the average bill was like $500 plus, that would be like $100 each table, and then like if you did like 10 tables, that'd be like $1,000. So.
Oh, that's crazy. Like those spots at those restaurants would be so competitive. Cutthroat.
I know. Yeah.
Literally cutthroat.
Someone DM'd me that. Okay, I actually was gonna say it wrong, but it's called Jolly Green Giant, right?
Oh, I forgot. That's the thing. I remember we were both saying it the wrong way apparently, but the comment said.
It's Jolly Green Giant. Yeah, Jolly Green Giant.
What were we saying? Jolly the Green Giant?
I was calling him Green Bean the Giant.
This was like 2 episodes ago or something?
Yeah, and I said that he should have a movie. But he actually was at the character or whatever, like there was a statue of him at the Macy's Thanksgiving parade.
This year?
Yeah, and I Googled it and there was a photo of it, and I think like previous years he's been there. So he's still like really in the culture. So he's not like dead. And even the podcast comments, like so many people knew his name, Jolly Green Giant and stuff. So he is, yeah, like he's still in the culture. He still has a lot going for him.
Oh my God,
so
I
much
didn't know
potential.
he was still popping that hard to be in the Macy's Day Parade in 2024. Like he's still doing it.
I guess it just would be promo for the vegetable brand.
Oh yeah, actually our mom called us after that podcast because she said, you guys said Jolly the Green Bean Giant. She said he's Jolly the Giant and he has so many vegetables. He's not just a green bean man.
Oh yeah, he has like a bunch of vegetables. But then again, like I guess if they did make a movie about him, it could be bad because of this vegetable company. They could do this whole thing where they want like I feel like this is drama when these companies do movies. Like even with the Barbie movie, the companies are like, we want to like promo our products. So like, can one of the characters be a pea? Can one of the characters be a carrot?
Yeah.
And I feel like stuff like that would like make the movie so dumb. So that's the thing is that like, yes, I do think like the vegetables should be referenced, but if the whole movie is about vegetables, that's kind of dumb.
You also, for some reason,
but it could be good.
It's reminding me of Jack and the Beanstalk, which I don't really F with that vibe. That's why like I am worried about it being a movie, but I do think Jolly the Giant, that's it? Jolly the Giant or Jolly the Green Giant?
Jolly the Green Giant.
Jolly the Green Giant? I feel like that could be a very good TikTok thing. If they do a nationwide casting and find someone to play him and they do the TikToks, I feel like that could be... I would be watching those TikToks, seeing what Jolly the Green Giant is up to.
And it would be like what I eat in a day as Jolly the Green Giant.
I know. And he has green skin. Wicked just came out. It all needs to happen. I feel like do you think that already exists on TikTok?
Well, when I was Googling Jolly the Green Giant, there was someone's Halloween costume that popped up. And I feel like those Audi people on TikTok doing that costume. It's so funny. Just putting all this green stuff on, green paint on you, and then wearing like leaves around your stomach area.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems so over the top. So I feel like those Audi people being Green Bean, Jolly the Green Giant on TikTok, I'm just going to assume.
No, you manifested him being in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade.
He's been in it multiple years, though.
Oh, so they always just pay for the ad.
Yeah. But he's still relevant. You can't call him irrelevant.
Oh, yeah, he's still popping it up. He hasn't needed a movie.
I guess not.
Go Jolly the Green Giant. I still like Jolly the Green Bean Giant more. I know that's not the real name, but...
Oh, yeah, and the reason why I kept saying Green Bean Giant is because I'm just picturing the can. The green beans, and he's in the front. I always just thought, Green Bean Giant. Like,
oh, yeah, it just adds up.
Yeah, but then you realize you're wrong, and it kind of makes you think about everything else. Like, am I just wrong about everything? Am I wrong just in general?
That's the thing.
Nah, I'm joking.
But what if? I'm just kidding.
What if?
What if? I just want to talk about urinals and how we're currently so modern. AI, pop music, electronic music. The Wicked came out with all this crazy CGI. But urinals, the pee still hits your leg when you pee a lot of the time. I just don't understand why that's happening. I know a lot of our listeners don't use urinals. This isn't for you. Fast forward. But why are they hitting your leg? Why haven't we designed a better urinal?
I just don't, well, to be frank, I just don't think people think about men enough.
Wait, that's
and
true.
Our needs and our wants.
Wait.
I think they're more focused on the women's restroom.
That, you nailed it. And because of the feminist movement, they aren't making a urinal better.
It just is. There's some urinals. Most of them are kind of more of a chill vibe.
But some.
Yeah, some of them, they really spray back, and it's like, this is just disgusting.
It's just disgusting. In the wintertime, I don't really notice it because I'm wearing pants out in public. This never happens at home. It's only if you're in public. But if you're wearing shorts and you start peeing in a urinal, it starts hitting your calves. Like, I would just recommend avoid men's calves, their shins specifically, because that's when you pee in a urinal, it sprays it. Somehow the pee hits the wall of the urinal and it ricochets and it lightly sprinkles your calves.
And you don't know what's sprinkling you. Is it your pee? Because if it's my pee, I guess this is the vibe of like, I'm just so clean. But if it's my pee, I'm not that grossed out because it's like, usually it's kind of clear because I drink water. It's not so yellow. But if it's the pee, if it's the water going through the urinal, that's so gross.
Yeah, and just to clarify, this is pretty rare. Because I think a lot of people who don't use urinals, I'd be disgusted if I heard this. I think pee is spraying back at your legs. You were disgusting. But I think it maybe happens 1 out of 6 urinals, maybe 1 out of 5. Like, it isn't an every urinal type thing. But when it happens, like, sometimes it happens hard.
Yeah, I hate those howdy ones. And then even
and it isn't our fault.
Also, just like men's restroom are just gross in general because urinals. For most urinals nowadays, it's the automatic ones where they just automatically flush. But have you noticed when it's a urinal where you have to flush it, everyone's so gross that it's never flushed and there's a whole puddle of urine at the bottom. So it just makes me think that society isn't going good.
I know.
Why aren't people flushing this shit? And also, like, I already know why people aren't flushing it. It's not out of laziness. It's because they think, ew, it's so gross touching it. It's like, then wash your hands. But then they're like, they don't want to wash their hands. I feel like it's not even out of laziness people aren't flushing this stuff. It's just because they think it's gross.
Life just sucks, then we all die.
Just in life in general, do you ever, like, think you brought something, but then you realize you didn't bring it? And, like, you think, like, wait, did it just, like, blow away? Like, where did it go? Because it happened to me today. Like, I thought I brought something with me to the gym, but then it wasn't
What
there.
was it? Like AirPods?
No, it was just the things you put over your hands. What are they called?
Oh, like the wrist strap things?
Like the gloves you wear, like lifting or whatever. But I thought I brought them, and I actually remember carrying them. So then when I got to the gym, I was like, I'm too lazy to go back, so I'm just going to not use them today. But then I was like, oh, it's like when I was walking to the gym, like, did they just blow out of my hand because I just was... So it was like when I woke up, so I just didn't think about it. So then I just kind of thought about it, and then I just did my workout. And then when I got back, the gloves were on the counter, and then it was so weird because I thought I had them. And then times like that, it's like, what? I thought I had them, but I didn't. It just made me, I don't know. It just was weird because I actually thought they blew out in my hand or something.
That is weird.
But then it just was there. And it's not anything magical. It just is, oh, I forgot to get them. But it's weird how in my mind I actually thought I had them.
No, you dimension jumped.
It could be a glitch in the matrix.
You dimension jumped. Did you look at any mirrors on the way to the gym? Didn't we both talk about this before? There was like some subreddit where it said, like, if you look into a mirror, you enter another dimension and stuff. I was thinking on the way to the gym, like you had the gloves and then you looked into like the glass of a window and then you dimension jumped to a dimension where you didn't have the gloves.
The creepiest thing about if that is true, you're never aware of it.
I know. Well,
yeah. Talking about the Wicked movie once again, we still have. It's weird that it's not over. I kind of like how it's not over. A part 2 has yet to come.
I know. Before we were talking smack about that, saying why did they put it into 2 parts? I'm so happy they did now because they needed every part of that first part, and I'm just so excited to see what's gonna happen next year.
I know, and yeah. Like I am just so excited too, and it was definitely needed, and I actually like how they did that.
They did that.